Aponte, are you?
Hmm.
I'm not. It's weird because this is a game. I mean, what are the Seahawks? 3-8. This
Hmm.
is a
3-8.
game that we should feel so confident with. Like the 49ers on a 3-game winning streak. The Seahawks, they're not playing good football. But I'm worried. And not because I don't think the 49ers could just destroy them, but just because it's the Seahawks. And for whatever reason, they have like this hold over me. I think they have this hold over the 49ers fan base. It's just like this. You never feel comfortable. On a scale of 1 to 10, how worried are you? One being, I'm not worried about the Seahawks at all. 10 being, man, I am really nervous about this game.
I'm at 8 right now, and I'm sure that tomorrow I'll be at 9, and when it's kickoff, I'll be 10. Just again, you talked about it, the hold, right? It's the boogeyman in the closet. The Seahawks are, the end of Halloween. You think Michael Myers is dead, and he bursts through the door at the end, and like he's still not dead, right? Like that's the Seahawks, man. You have to understand that fan base, that organization, that group that has been together for this long time. They know exactly what's at stake this week. This is exactly going to be their Super Bowl, right? They are going to come with everything that they have because they feel that they're on the precipice of an end of an era type thing. And that's what the
Right.
49ers need to be worried about. And you know how it goes in Seattle. We have PTSD. And I don't want to go through all of the horrible things that have happened up there because things somehow snowball in Seattle. Like once they get a little bit of momentum, all of a sudden it's either a comeback or it just snowballs into like a large defeat. Like it felt like for a long time with Seattle and the 49ers that those games only went one of two ways. One, Seattle just completely blast the 49ers, right? Like even when the 49ers were
Right.
during the Harbaugh years, they would just get blasted. Or they would have
Destroyed.
or they would have their heart ripped out at the last moment by Seattle. It was never any in between. It was either you get destroyed or you lose at the last minute. And a lot of that is why 49er fans are, telling each other, hey, don't take this game lightly. Now, and they shouldn't, because I believe that the Seahawks understand the same thing that we understand. The 49ers have a real chance to end this era, and they're not going to go quietly. I fully expect them to play their best game of the season. I fully expect them to empty the tank. I fully expect that crowd to be loud as hell because the one thing that they don't want to do is have this end at the hands of the 49ers, man. They know what's up.
Right. Now, let's say, and we're getting ahead a little bit. I do want to talk about key matchups and everything with you, but let's say the 49ers do destroy them. All right. Hypothetically speaking, 49ers destroy Seahawks. Again, we're going to get into the details of this game, but 49ers destroy them. Do you think that this could legitimately be an end of an era in Seattle? Because this is a team. I mean, they go to the playoffs every year. They don't miss the playoffs. 49ers, we talk about Kyle Shanahan. He's had one winning season in 4 years, and still everybody said, oh, no, let's wait and see. The Seahawks, this will be their first losing season in I don't know how many years with Pete Carroll. And it's like they're hitting that panic button. Do you think that this could really dismantle the Seattle Seahawks?
I think so. I mean, it just seems like Russell Wilson has wanted to be out. I don't know if that is what's going on with his play, anything like that. And it's starting to get that vibe of you need a new voice in the room when it comes to Pete Carroll as well, too. Like I have never seen Pete Carroll so destroyed. Like after a press conference, he walked right out. Like him. Like he's super optimist, right? Like this is uncharted territory for them. So it's getting to a point where it's starting to feel like okay, maybe it's time to get a new voice in the room. And Russell Wilson already wants out. So I do think that legitimately this probably is going to be the end of an era, right? And when you talk about Kyle Shanahan 1 year, and all of those things man, 3-9 is hard to come back from. So you're definitely not going to make the playoffs if you lose this game. Like it's not going to happen right now. It looks like 10 wins will probably get you in at this point. Like it looks like there's legitimately going to be a 10-8 team that's going to get in, 10-7 team that's going to get into the playoffs this year. But 3-9, you're not coming back from that. And I think that the frustration of what's going on with Seattle is how they're flaming out. Like they lost in the first round last year. That was a
Yeah.
flame out. Then remember it. Jared Goff came into that game and was the backup. He had a broken thumb. I mean, it's the
They
way
had
that
that
they
little
play.
guy, number 9 or something, running around,
Yeah,
whoever he was.
Walford, I think his name. Oh, somebody, something like that. I
Yeah,
can't
yeah, yeah,
remember.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
And I think that's really what it is, right? And for all the people that say, well, you want an elite quarterback, they've only won one Super Bowl with Russell Wilson. And I mean, you make the playoffs every year, that's what you want. But I think that that's what's kind of lost on the whole. well, you need an elite guy. Even the elite guys only win once. I think that should go to show you how hard it is in this league. Now, obviously, we're living in the age of Tom Brady. That's something different. This is something that you're never going to see ever again.
He's the
But it is
Michael Jordan of the NFL, right? Where
100%.
it's there's a lot of people that did not win Super Bowls because he's in the league.
Mhm.
That
100%.
happened with Michael Jordan. There's a lot of people talk about Charles Barkley. Man, Charles Barkley ain't never had a ring. Well, it's like he had to face Michael Jordan. And Michael Jordan stopped a lot of people over a 8-year span from winning NBA finals. And that's what Tom Brady's been to in the NFL. There's this stat about, kind of people, well, when's the last time a mobile quarterback won a Super Bowl? Or yeah, it's only happened so many times. Like, dude, Tom Brady's been in Super Bowl damn near every year since
Right.
2003. Like, of course, like they're not winning the mobile quarterback, not winning Super Bowls. Look who they're playing against.
Right.
Look at
Exactly.
Donovan McNabb. Donovan McNabb was somebody who can move a little bit, right? Like he lost to Tom Brady. Russell Wilson lost to Tom Brady. Like, he stopped a lot of guys from winning that ball.
Right. And I think that's the point when you talk about a lot of people who are like, man, you need a lead quarterback. You need a lead quarterback. Well, Rodgers has won. Wilson has won. Right. Like sometimes it doesn't pan out that way. So yeah, it definitely feels like this is the end of an era for the Seahawks right now. Like this is a time for them to figure out a new plan at quarterback. They've got to go in a different direction because it doesn't seem like Russ wants to be there. And it seems like they need a new voice in the room. They even might need a new general manager because the way that they've been building this roster has caught up to itself right now. And not investing in O-line and drafting running backs and not doing so good. I mean, I know that Jamal Adams, a lot of people make jokes, but that trade looks really, really bad right now. Very bad,
Yeah.
especially considering what you gave up. Like you gave up right now, the middle 6 picks, I believe, of the top 10 are all going to be teams from New Jersey. 2 Giants picks, 2 Jets picks, and 2 Eagles picks right now. That's insane, man. And that's another thing. It's like, man, if you're going to give up all those picks, no matter what happens with this Trey Lance thing, the 49ers did it in the interest of getting a franchise quarterback, not a safety.
Right. And I mean, shoot, you look at the safeties. I don't even think Jamal Adams is the best safety on this team.
No,
I think
Quandre
it's
Diggs is.
Diggs.
Yeah.
Yeah. Diggs is the one making plays, especially in the backfield. Let's talk about matchups in this game.